What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match. Barcelona cook Borussia Dortmund 4-0 at the Montjuic, and Barcelona are in the semifinals of the Champions League for the first time since 2019 when Anfield happened. I am in genuine disbelief. Did not think we would win this game by this margin. I thought we would win 3-0 after we scored at 2-0. Thinking it's looking like bleak, like we weren't going to score more. But we got more. Once Lamine scored on the counter when Dembele missed it against Liverpool, Lamine scores it this time. We have our spot in the semifinals. The perfect first leg game. 4 goals, great performance, clean sheet, absolutely sensational evening in Catalonia. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen for you right now. It was Wojciech Szczesny in goal, a back four of Jules Kounde, Pau Cubarsí, Inigo Martinez, and Alejandro Balde, a midfield three of Frenkie de Jong, Pedri Gonzalez, and Fermin Lopez, front three of Lamine Yamal, Robert Lewandowski, and Raphinha. No surprises really from the starting 11. It kind of leaked yesterday in the final training session as well. The big debate, of course, was either Gavi or Fermin in the 10. In the end, Fermin got the nod. In the end, it looks like it was the correct decision. The first goal scored in this match was scored by Raphinha. You're probably saying, Barca Boy, why do you have Cubarsí graphics on the screen? Let me explain. It's a free kick for Barcelona. Fermin Lopez whips it in all the way to the far post. Inigo heads it across goal with a toe poke attempt on target by Pau Cubarsí. It's rolling into the net, and in the end, Rafa finishes the job after VAR check. Raphinha was onside. The ball did not 100% cross the line, so it goes down as a Raphinha goal and a Pau Cubarsí assist. In the end, Rafa stole the goal from Cubarsí because Cubarsí was the one that went out and celebrated. They celebrated as if it was he who scored the goal, but in the end, it will go down as a Raphinha goal officially. The second goal scored in this match was scored by Robert Lewandowski with a fantastic finish from him. It was a beautiful counter-attack. The front three today were just absolutely cooking. Lamine Yamal running down the right-hand side after picking up a pass after a loose ball that Pedri won back, spread it out wide to Lamine Yamal. Beautiful turn, touch, whips it across at the far post. Raphinha heads it across goal, and Lewandowski pokes it into the open net. Absolutely roofed it top bin. It was more top bin than Declan Rice's free kick yesterday, so he almost missed it, but he roofed it into the net, and that gave Barcelona the 2-0 lead. The third goal scored in this match was scored by, again, Robert Lewandowski to complete his brace. Fantastic, sensational counterattack by Barcelona. Frenkie de Jong winning the ball back in our defensive final third. Fermin Lopez then runs down the right-hand side, finds Lamine. Lamine, of course, soaks up that double team, slips in Fermin Lopez in behind, who runs into the space. He runs into the box, pulls it back. Lewandowski on the one-time, bottom right-hand corner, back of the net, 3-0 lead. And the fourth and final goal scored was scored by Lamine Yamal. Yet again, Barcelona pickpocketing Dortmund on a counterattack. It was a misplaced pass by Dortmund with Lewandowski winging it back, and when he wins it back, it becomes a 3-on-2 situation in favor of Barcelona. He slips in Raphinha down the left-hand side. Defender, of course, opening up. Raphinha then slips in Lamine Yamal and behind 1v1. Nice, beautiful toe poke finish from him in the bottom right-hand corner, giving Barcelona, of course, a 4-0 lead and a spot pretty much in the semi-final of the Champions League. So overall, the team performance rating on the night, I'm giving it a very, very, of course, beautiful 9 out of 10. Of course, 4 goals, clean sheet, a spot in the semi-final, basically in the first leg with another 90 minutes, basically just brownie points at this kind of point in the season. You're probably wondering, Barca Boy, why is it not a perfect 10 out of 10? Because again, 4 goals, clean sheet. What's not perfect about that? I felt like there were a few moments where Dortmund did dominate the game. Definitely that last, 10 minutes. I would say even the last 10 minutes of that first half as well, where Guirassy missed 2 or 3 huge chances. Of course, double block by Araujo late on in the second half as well. They scored that was offside. So they had some spells. Maybe a 10 out of 10 for the teams where you dominate from minute 1 to minute 90. No chances even given away. Of course, we defended superbly well. We attacked superbly well. Everything from the team performance perspective where you are in control was nothing short of sensational in this game. Once Raphinha scored the goal to make it 1-0, we kind of dropped off a level a little bit. So that kind of 25-minute spell for the second half of the first half, I wouldn't say poor, but we were kind of mid at that point, and that's where Guirassy, of course, had his 2 big chances. Second half, the first 5-10 minutes was actually a bit quite slow from Barcelona, but afterwards we just went on an absolute flyer. Of course, of our 4 goals, 3 of them were from counterattacks. 1 was some set piece. There's not really one goal that we actually created from build-up or whatever the case may be, but that's neither here nor there. The performance in the team, they took the challenge on, and they got the result that we wanted. Not only did they win the game and keep a clean sheet, but they got enough goals to basically have the second leg be brownie points. We probably end up losing the second leg, maybe 1 or 2-0, 1 or 2-1, wouldn't be surprised. But again, the most important thing there is a spot in the semi-final, and the job is done in the first leg. Essentially, everyone's saying last night that Arsenal are through against Madrid, which I don't think is the case quite yet, and they have a 3-0 lead. Here it's a 4-0 lead, the best result of all the quarterfinals so far. So, I mean, Dortmund are not the best team in the world, but again, in their stadium it will be difficult. We've already played there, which I think is a big, huge plus on our side. But I am so proud of the team. Also, special mention to the Montjuic tonight. They sang from minute 1 to minute 90, no animation stand. They did not let that take away from them. I only heard the Dortmund fans for the beginning of the second half, the first 5 minutes, probably because everyone from the Montjuic coming back from the bathrooms, from getting food and stuff like that. But the stadium today was electric. The second highest attendance at the Montjuic ever. I think the first was the Bayern Munich game, 4-1. So they turned up, they had the performance as well. They definitely were a factor in helping the team perform. I am absolutely ecstatic, over the moon. There's really nothing to criticize from this performance apart from those few kind of, you know, not even poor patches, but mid patches, I would say. But overall for me tonight, the team performance rating gets a 9 out of 10. Let's now get into the players' individual player ratings after this fantastic match. We're going to start, of course, in goal, Wojciech Szczesny. 7 out of 10 from him. Again, he made 1 save in the last few minutes, of course, from the 3 corners that Dortmund had back-to-back. Of course, Arujo made a block, Farad made a block, then he made a save, which was quite comfortable. Kept a clean sheet, honestly had a quiet game. Came out for maybe a cross or 2 in the first half. Had a cushion, you know, save from Jamie Gittins in the first half as well. So honestly, didn't really have to make any huge effort. Again, his run outs today were fantastic as well, catching Dortmund in behind. Passing out from the back was fine as well. So overall, solid from Szczesny. If he made maybe 1 proper, like, good save, definitely would have gave him an 8. But I think today, just, you know, standard performance from a goalkeeper playing for the best team in the world, where you get maybe called upon once or twice, you keep your clean sheet. Happy days. 7 out of 10 for me for the Fumador Tech. In the center back partnership now in front of him, first on the right hand side, it was Pau Kubarsi, 8 out of 10. I thought he played an absolutely fantastic game and of course got an assist. What do you want to count as a goal or assist? Is up to you really, but there is a goal involvement there for a center back, which of course is very rare. Apart from that, I thought he had a really good game. I think his pass out from the back was sublime as well. I think for that spell in the second half of the first half, where we were quite, you know, a level below what we were expecting, Kubarsi was the one that was saving us a lot in transition, in behind as well. He had to deal a lot with Jamie Gittins, Chuameka, Gurasi in that kind of, you know, right hand side middle of the area. I thought he handled the situation very well. I thought he had a stellar performance. 8 out of 10 for me, alongside his partner center back in Inigo Martinez. He also gets an 8. You're probably wondering, why does he have an 8 where Kubarsi has a GA? I do think that tonight Inigo Martinez was better than Pau Kubarsi. I thought Inigo was absolutely sublime. In the air, he was immaculate. Of course, he was, to be fair to Kubarsi, of course, Gurasi is bigger, both taller and strength over Kubarsi. So you can see when Gurasi has duels with Kubarsi, he does win a lot of them. When he had those duels with Inigo had him absolutely in his back pocket. Inigo in the air was so crucial in this game, especially when you rely a lot on Arujo to be that aerial threat. He definitely compensated in that fact. Of course, got that little, you know, pre-assist as well for the corner, for the free kick for the first goal. I thought he held the line very well. There was, of course, that one where he didn't, where Gurasi slipped and missed that big chance that would have made it 1-1. So that could have, again, won against the run of play. Apart from that, maybe one step up in that high line, I thought Inigo was sensational tonight. 8 out of 10 for me, sublime. Into the fullbacks, firstly on the left-hand side, Alejandro Balde. I have given Balde a 7. I thought he played all right. I don't know. I felt like there were a lot of nerves in Balde's play today, based on how he was moving, how he was playing. We didn't see too many of those, you know, runs inside. Didn't really get forward too much as well. I mean, definitely got forward, but not as much as you expect from him. I think he defended pretty well. Got caught behind quite a bit, not because of him, because we were, of course, attacking. They would hit on the counter attack, so that right-hand side space would be open, whether it was Jamie Gittins or Bremer in the second half. So you had to, you know, track back a lot and also relied a lot on Inigo to kind of cover for him a little bit. Going forward, don't really remember him too much. He was great in build-up play and extra man in defense, really. He didn't put a foot wrong per se. It just felt like a bit more of a quieter day for Balde than normal, so 7 out of 10 from me. Other fullback, of course, on the right-hand side, it is, of course, Mr. Jules Kounde, 8 out of 10 for me. This guy got Adeyemi hooked at halftime. Absolutely pocketed the life out of Adeyemi. Did absolutely nothing. Again, we're now seeing a trend over the past month when Kounde has a great defensive game. gets an 8 out of 10 when he has, an average, performance for a fullback that we expect at Barcelona. Gets a 5 or a 6. Defensively today, Kounde was kind of his main job. I think he went forward, but what? Once or twice, barely made any overlapping runs for Lamine. It was more so Fermin Lopez kind of filling in that role. Fermin Lopez kind of drag inside, help on the overlap there. Kounde rarely did it. I remember like 2 off the top of my head, but defensively, Kounde sublime yet again. This is why we really need to get a fullback for me this summer. Shift Kounde back in the middle, because again, I don't know he has 9 GA this season, but he's just so good at defensively, man. He had Jamie Giddens in his back pocket, Chuameka, Namacha, Adeyemi in the first half. It was just sublime from Jules. 8 out of 10 for me. Astonishing, in my opinion. Into the midfield now, keeping with the same trend, we do have firstly the captain on the night, Frankie de Jong. 8 out of 10 for me. In my opinion, was the best midfielder on the night. I just think Frankie is he's increased to a level that I'm not shocked with, because I know he has the talent, but the consistency is just on an absolute all-time high. I thought Frankie was astonishing in this game. Mainly for me, it was those loose balls in the midfield that he was just making all those interceptions and tackles for. Imperative moves there by him. Controlling on the ball, his passing, his movement, those runs into spaces as well from the deep in the midfield to the attacking final phase of Barcelona. He was just all over the place. I am breathtaking away from this performance. He's for me the second best player for Barcelona tonight. Yeah, you heard me right. Second best player for Barcelona tonight. He was on a planet of his own in terms of performance tonight. He was absolutely sublime. 8 out of 10 for me. Astonishing from him. Into, of course, the other midfielder in the pivot, it was Pedri. I have given Pedri a 7 out of 10. Typical performance from him. Didn't really, break the world of light or overshunned or overdid anything, to say the least. Had some great passes, of course. Had some great switches to Lamine Yamal in that first half, because he would always pick up the ball down the left, have that switch, which of course is always pinpoint accurate, and just shift the momentum all on that side. Of course, had that pickpocket for the second goal, which of course was imperative as well, but it was a typical Pedri performance. Dealt with the press very well, controlled the tempo of the midfield. Did lose the ball a little bit in the midfield. More so, when I say a little bit, it's more so than he usually does. Usually he never loses it, to be honest. Lost, I think, once or twice. I remember when he lost down the right-hand side, I think, at the beginning of the second half. But again, solid from him. No real criticism per se. It was just a typical Pedri performance, which of course is already at a super high level. So 7 out of 10 from me. Final midfield, of course, in the 10 was Fermin Lopez. 7 out of 10 for me as well. Of course, got the assist. I thought in the first half, I saw a lot of hate for him in the chat. Not hate saying that he, sell him, he's crap, but like he wasn't playing well. I thought he did quite well in the first half. And in the second half, that first 10 minutes, he looked really poor, losing the ball a lot in the midfield, slipping passes through that, we're getting intercepted, not making that final run and final push. Then of course, once we got then he hit the post twice and then got the assist in that kind of, 7-minute spell. So in that 5 minutes before he got subbed off, I thought he played very well. I think overall he had a decent performance, just apart from that first kind of 5-10 minutes in the start of the second half where he was slipping around and wasn't moving quite well. But 7 out of 10, I thought it was, of course, the right decision to start him. I think it came off correctly as well. Into the forwards now, of course, YLR absolutely cooking in this game. We'll start with Raphinha on the right-hand side. 8 out of 10 for me. I think it's 2 assists and a goal for him in this game. Of course, got the goal assisted, I think, one of Robert's goals, and of course, he got the header across and Lamine Yamal. So 3 GA for Rafa in this game, where everyone was hitting on him in the Betis game and about, the Argentina game during the international break. Came in and absolutely cooked. To be honest, thought he had like an okay game. I think he performed like very similar to Pedri, the level I do expect of him. But with that getting 3G, of course the goal he kind of scanned a little bit, but the 2 assists were great. The header across the goal to Lua, the pass outside the defender into Lamine for the 4th as well. I thought he defended very well this game as well, tracking back, helping Balde a lot, which kind of I think helped Balde in getting that 7 out of 10 as opposed to a 6 out of 10. But 3GA absolutely cooked Rafa in this game. 8 out of 10 from me. Into the right winger, Lamine Yamal. 9 out of 10 for me and my man of the match. Man of the match was given to Lewandowski by UEFA. Freaking boring. Lamine was absolutely sensational. This man is not the best winger in the world, not the best forward in the world. He's the best player in the world. I mean, all 4 goals he was involved some way, somehow, except for maybe the first one, the free kick one, which I don't even know if maybe he was the one that won the free kick. I have to go check the replay. But the 3rd goal, his build-up, his movement, the switch pass to Raphinha, the cross to Raphinha, it was the pre-assist for Rafa was sublime. The pass for Fermin for the Lewandowski 2nd, out of this world. I mean, the way he controls the ball, soaks up to defenders, then splits the pass right in between to find Fermin on the overlap. Disgusting. The finish as well on his goal for the 3rd one, of course, with the toe poke was just absolutely unreal. This kid is on a planet of his own. Everyone's saying that, oh, he posted on his Instagram story yesterday on a mission. Oh, this time he's gonna flop it now. Just keeps on cooking it. He keep on making those posts, Lamine. Keep on doing it. He is just, I know he has only 1 goal, 0 assists in this game, but build up play, involvement, how he dictated the game. He was involved in all the goals, essentially. Without his involvement, those 3 goals don't happen. I think he won the free kick, not too sure, but definitely the Lewandowski brace, he creates both of them. The passes from Min, who got the assist, the pass to Rafa, who got the assist, are all world-class, scintillating passes. Unreal. Went off injured, praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has a serious injury. He was walking around after the game looking fine, so hopefully just maybe fatigue, tiredness there from him. But again, 9 out of 10, my man of the match. Again, he gets an assist, an official assist, probably would have given him a 10. That's how close he was, but with no, killer GA, I didn't give him the 10, but definitely 9 out of 10 from me. Last but not least, of course, is your boy, RL9, Robert Lewandowski. I'll give him 8 out of 10. Look, I was saying at halftime that I didn't think he was playing poorly, but Lewandowski's main job up front is, of course, to have a good touch, good control to either create a chance or to score a chance. Every single time he got the ball in the first half, one of them was off. Either he had a good touch and then a back control, or he had a back control and then his touch was terrible. Timberland boots, pretty much, it looked like what he was wearing in that first half. Second half, got his chances. Again, at the end of the day, he had 2 chances, 2 goals in this game. Didn't have a chance in the first half. He had maybe that bicycle kick, maybe that one-time shot. I think that's quite difficult, especially the cutback one from Raphinha. The main thing for me is that he put it on target, which he did. But I think overall, Lua had a decent game, a brace as well. His performance probably at 7, but I'll give him an 8 for the 2 goals that he scored against his former team as well. Shout out to Robert. I think an overall okay game in terms of build up and movement and stuff. But the main thing for me, 3 chances, 2 goals. That's what you pay the big bucks, and that's what you pretty much pay Lewandowski for as well. Now for substitutions. The subs were Gavi, Ferran Torres, Eric Garcia, Ronald Araujo, Ansu Fati. I am still in shell shock that Ansu Fati touched grass again this season. I genuinely believed he would not even warm up or even come on as a sub again this season, and he's come on. So not only did we win the game, but Ansu Fati is back as well. Gavi, to be honest, did not notice him. Don't even know if he touched the ball or not in this game, despite playing about 25 minutes. Ferran Torres came in, has some good recovery blocks. He had 2 blocks in that 88th minute where Dortmund had 3 corner kicks back to back. Great from him. Eric Garcia, didn't really see him. Araujo had 2 crucial blocks as well to keep that clean sheet. Stellar from the Uruguayo. Ansu Fati, I think he had 1 touch, which was, of course, he was through on goal, but his speed kind of lacked a little bit. His touch as well was quite off. Could have been a 5th goal there for Barca, but the subs today definitely had an impact for me. Ferran and Araujo were the 2 big additions there on the pitch, who had the 2 biggest impacts. But overall, for me, the subs came in, provided freshness, provided somewhat of an impact in this game to help Barcelona, of course, achieve their goal. And last but not least is, of course, the manager, Hansi Flick. Tonight, for me, gets a 10 out of 10. I mean, there's really no way to criticize Hansi Flick tonight. Lineup was, of course, spot on. I thought he would start Gavi, but he started for Min. I wanted to start for Min if you saw the match preview yesterday. 4 goals, clean sheet, semi-final place booked, made all 5 subs. Could have been a bit earlier, but we won't, go in on that. Give Ansu Fati minutes as well. There is no room for me to criticize Flick today whatsoever. Again, the passes of play was superb. The way we approached the game, the intensity, the pressure, everything from the manager, of course, build up play to the final third was great today from the team. Again, those quiet moments where we had maybe a bit of a drop off in level isn't really down to him, really, but stellar from Flick tonight, and I have no words of, not even 1 syllable of a word of criticism for him tonight. 10 out of 10 for the best manager in the world, my manager as well, who's hopefully going to guide us to some big success this season. Had an absolutely perfect evening in Montjuic. So that was a match review for Barcelona versus Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League quarterfinal first leg. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course in the comments down below as well, let me know your thoughts on everything we did discuss. Main thing I want to firstly, of course, your thoughts on performance, your player ratings, and your manager rating as well. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.